So we got to talk about the differences between the wet season and the dry season in Nicaragua, and what that really means if you're going to take a surf trip here, especially if you're going to take a surf trip down to the south to Popoyo or San Juan del Sur, or even to a lesser degree in Miramar. Okay, there are some big differences that you can expect between the wet and dry season. Stay tuned to the end of this video. We're going to talk about the most important one. Alright, so first thing we got to talk about is timetables. You know, the dry season officially runs from November until April in Nicaragua, and the wet season runs from May back to the end of October. Okay, so what you really need to know is Nicaragua, especially the south around Popoyo, is a dry rainforest. The Pacific coast anyway is a dry rainforest, which means even in the wet season you're going to expect much less precipitation than you're going to get in a lot of other Central American countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, or Guatemala. It's going to be a lot drier here. Right now, it's officially the wet season. It's the end of May. It's almost June. But as you can see, it's still pretty brown here. It hasn't really rained since we've been here. Last night we got the first little drizzle. You can see today we've got some clouds. We had some cloud cover early this morning and it was a little cooler, but not much. So even though the wet season starts in May here, you really can't expect it to start raining regularly until June or even July. And then by mid to late August and September, it's going to be raining a lot more. And October is going to be the monsoon month. It's going to be the wettest month. Alright, next thing. Wet season, dry season in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is famous for offshore winds. And you're going to get pretty much year-round offshore winds. The only month that you're going to get regular onshore winds in the Pacific coast, especially in the south, is going to be October. But there's something that you have to consider when it comes to these winds, because during the dry season the winds are much stronger. During the dry season the winds are regularly 40 or 50 kilometers per hour, and so what that's going to mean is a lot of upwelling. The water's going to be colder. What that's also going to mean is it's going to be a lot harder to get into a lot of waves, and it's going to close out a lot of waves, especially if there's not a lot of size. So I'll give you an example. It's May, like I said before, and technically we're in the wet season, but we've been having what they call Poco Invierno here, which is like little summer, and the winds have actually been pretty strong this last 8 or 10 days. I think today they were probably about 35 kilometers per hour. So the water's colder, there's sea lice, right? And the waves are a lot more closed out than usual, especially at the beach breaks. Now the reef breaks can kind of handle it, but the beach breaks, you're going to get a lot more closeouts with these heavy, fast winds. Alright, so the next thing we got to talk about is the sandbars. Yeah, the sandbars. If you're like me, you probably don't come to Nicaragua to surf reef break and point break. You probably want to come to Nicaragua to surf beach break. And beach breaks depend on sandbars, okay? Sandbars depend on rivers. If rivers aren't flowing, that means sandbars are not getting refreshed with every high tide. That also means that as the sand deteriorates, you're going to get more flat, closeout type beach break, especially when combined with the heavy offshore winds. So if you do want to surf beach break in Nicaragua, to be honest, it's best to come closer to the rainy season, either July, August, September, or on the other side of October. November is also a great month for beach breaks because it's been having all the rain all those months. But as you get into December, January, and February, you're going to find that those sandbars deplete. And here, like it's May right now, the beach breaks have been pretty bad this whole trip. I've been here for 3 weeks and the beach breaks have been pretty bad. So, alright, next thing really got to talk about, and this is probably the most important thing, you got to factor in the climate. Okay, dry season is going to be brutal in southwest Nicaragua. It's going to be brutal. If you're going to be outside in the middle of the day, it's going to be hot, it's going to be dry, it's going to be brutal. You're going to get melted by the sun. There's not going to be much cloud cover. As you can see, it's the end of May. This is the first real cloud cover we've gotten. And even now, it's not that much. So, Nicaragua, their summer is North American winter. And it's much hotter in their summer. And by June, July, August, September, it can cool off as much as 10 or 15 degrees. You get a nice cool breeze, you get those clouds, you get cloud cover, which makes the climate a lot more tolerable, especially if you're a ginger like me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video about the differences in the seasons in Nicaragua. It's beautiful here. If you are looking to come to Nicaragua or another Central American country for a surf trip, hit me up on Instagram or email. My Instagram is sigmasurf_YouTube. My email is shredderericconsulting@gmail.com. I'll help you sort out your surf trip. You don't want to make a bad decision when you're planning a surf trip to one of these countries, because one bad decision can ruin your whole trip. So hit me up on Instagram or email. Pura vida. Catch some for me.
Go, 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 go.
shovel.